speak, or let's say to tackle this presentation in terms of the organization point of view. I will focus on how organization can start CRQ or adopting the FAIR model. So, who's from people in this room is doing that? This one. No, literally, please. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? I used to do this. You also? Okay. I believe most of us actually will be doing this because this is what will happen if we are relying, or let's say adopting frameworks bluntly, which is control-based. Because control-based will be like a compliance-based, and then, as you saw, it will become like a checklist, a technical checklist. And unfortunately, we do the checklist here. We don't apply it here. We don't apply it here, am I right? So we end up like this. And to be honest, because we all doing this, and we are part of this community worldwide, let me share with you some statistics that Gartner managed to release when they did a survey 2 years back, asking the CISOs, do you believe that you are having a good cybersecurity program? And the answer for this question was 60% of them, they said that we believe that we are having a good cybersecurity program. But this is really, really bad, because that means 40% believes that they don't have a good cybersecurity program. And unfortunately, when they ask them, do you believe that you are having a defensible cybersecurity program, only 10% they said yes. That means 90% they said we don't believe that our program is defensible cybersecurity program. And what's the meaning of defensible here? Because I repeated this example in the training that we did since 19th of February in Jordan. So I believe some of you might answer, what's the meaning of defensible cybersecurity program? No. Defensible cybersecurity program is not the program that will help you defend against the bad guys. It's the program that will help you to defend against the good guys, or defend your situation against the good guys. I mean, your regulators, maybe your shareholders, your board of directors, your stakeholders, your customers. Because whatever you're doing in cybersecurity, you will be attacked. And once you will be attacked, you have to be like sitting in a situation where you can defend your decisions in front of your board, in front of your stakeholders, in front of the regulators. And this is, to be honest, is very, very difficult. Because who's having this? In the organization, we should have different type of capabilities, so we should have something like this. And I don't know if any one of you is having something like this, please send it to my room. So maybe in some organization we'll be having something like this, where we are having unlimited resources when it comes to, let's say, dollars, so we can buy any technology. And maybe in the near future we will have something like this. I don't know. We will have like machines printing people, printing a human being. I don't know, maybe we will reach to this stage. And if we're having this will be our problem. Because we will need like a machine to stop the time, to be able to apply all those type of technologies that we bought with that very nice printer. And with this machine, we managed to get all the skills that we have, all the people that we're having. And to be honest, this is a very big also issue, because, and we saw today how Professor Ismail, how the team in National Cybersecurity, how Jack and Nick, they mentioned that there's really a lack of resources when it comes to what we call the business cybersecurity or cyber economics, and even in cybersecurity, and this can go to data, to AI. So we're having a big problem in this. And we're having, for sure, this problem. So all what you can do as an organization, because at the end, all organizations will be running, growing, transforming with limited resources. Whatever you're doing, I mean, if, for example, you're just running your operation, you'll be running your operation with limited resources. If you are growing your business or growing your maybe digital services, you will still be running in a very limited resources, and if you are transforming, the same. So all what you can do as a CISO or a leader is to select the most effective controls. And I will borrow this select because those are the principles of the National Cybersecurity Framework, the Jordanian one. And today I will focus only on 3 of them, which is the enterprise-driven, and the economical, and also the trustworthy. So, what type of program or how the risk quantification or the CRQ will help you actually to build what we call it, let's say the program that will allow you to select the right and the most effective controls, which is enterprise-driven and also economical and trustworthy. Unfortunately, that the cybersecurity is being like managed as a technology problem, and the more we are not having business risk management, the more we're having this gap between those guys. And this will lead to something like this. And who's here had this problem? Which is his speaking language, I don't know, the CEO, the board, the audit, and also the CFOs, they don't understand. I don't know what type of language is this, but it's a language that I don't understand. So, the traditional way of doing risk is one of those major factors actually help to increase the gap between the business and those who are leading the cybersecurity. So PPT is not enough. And to be honest, when I see technology leaders or let's say consulting leaders coming to tell me that we are analyzing PPT, we are the only one analyzing PPT, come on guys. You're telling me that you are only analyzing 50% of my organization. Because the organization is very, very complex structure, am I right? So if we look at this Rubik cube, which is 6 times 6, it's very difficult to solve, am I right? So who's here can solve this one, the 6 out of 6? 6 into 6 Rubik cube. صعبة, which is difficult in English. Yes, but if you look at YouTube, you will find like steps where you can systematically fix this immediately in a couple of minutes, am I right? Because they are having an approach. Okay, there is an approach to solve even the one which is very difficult like this, am I right? So for CRQ, because we hear a lot that CRQ is difficult to adopt, CRQ is a nightmare. We started with a couple of scenarios and then we invested a lot. But if you are doing the right approach, you will be able to adopt and implement CRQ easily. So the systematic analysis of complex organizations start with analyzing the structure. Am I right? Analyzing the structure of the organization. So what's the organization structure? What's the organization structure? This is the organization structure, am I right? So everyone knows that this is the organization structure. Unfortunately, this is not the organization structure. This is the HR organization structure. And analyzing the HR organization structure is not enough, because there are many structures in the organization other than the HR organization structure. But unfortunately, this is the one that everyone knows. If you go to any enterprise, even in their website, and you open it, say, what's their organization structure, you will see this. But what about this? We know that one of the artifacts in the organization is the goals, right? We established this organization to do this goal. We established this government entity to do this service. We established this bank to do this goal. Where is the structure of the goal? Why we don't have something like this? This is the profitable organization, and most of us is working on profitable organizations if they are working on the private sector. In the book, if we will just sketch something in a minute to put like goals for a profitable organization, I made it very, very, very easy. They need to reduce costs, they need to increase revenue, right? So this is a structure. And this is a very critical structure because it's the only way actually to build your KPIs. I'm not talking about cybersecurity here, I'm not talking about CRQ, I'm talking about how you can build key performance indicators, a very well-structured key performance indicators, if you are still not having a structure for the goals. Many other structures will be needed actually to start the analysis. One of them is the process hierarchy structure. The other one, the things and materials, because we're having things and materials everywhere in the organization. Why we don't have a structure for that? Now, we're not looking actually just to put things on a map, but the structure means that you have to decompose and classify. And if you have to decompose and declassify, you are reducing the ignorance, which is the major cause of risk. Major cause of uncertainty, and the uncertainty is the risk. So once you have to structure, you have to apply what we call it decompose and declassify. And if you're doing this, you are reducing ignorance. You're reducing uncertainty, you are reducing risk. So you need to start building a cyber risk quantification program and fulfill the wing, which is I'm discussing today. You need to do those type of structures because I believe you heard this song before. For the want of a name, the kingdom fall down. Do you hear it? Have you heard this song? We're talking about a kingdom in, I don't know, 1650 something in Ireland or something. So this started here. I don't know, maybe this volume is closing the view. The one who's trying to put the nail in the horseshoe, and then all this started to build up until the kingdom fall down, or the kingdom lost. Am I right? So this is a risk structure started from the nail. Do we believe that the CEO will be able actually to manage the risk of a nail? I don't know, can you see this? There's like a horse something picture. I cannot remove this. Okay? But this one actually took us to that one. So to be able to start with the scenarios, the scenario based, we have to build the structure, the risk structure. And if we don't have it, like the goal structure, like the process structure, like the things structure, then we will end up doing very bad on top. So the systematic analysis of complex organization will need also, other than analyzing the structure or building the different structures for the organization, is to invest in modeling. And the modeling is something very, very critical, and I will show how the models help and will help in risk and also will help in digital transformation. Hopefully this will work. This is an example of banking, how we start actually with modeling the strategy, modeling the motivation, because all what we are doing is actually enforced by motivation, business models or business modeling, and the application modeling, and maybe most of us are doing this, the technology modeling, unfortunately. And there are physical models which is related to locations and geography, and also the implementation and migration. So if we are just modeling the technology or modeling the processes, and we are omitting, ignoring all those other things, excuse me guys, we're not really ready for cyber risk quantification. And the problem is much bigger, and I will show how. That one was for banking, which is a very critical sector in IT. What about the OT? Shall we model the OT? What about the business investment in models from the defenders? Do we really invest in modeling as defenders? Who's investing in modeling? And he is not one of those guys. All of you are handsome like them, but I mean, not acting the same way. You're investing or not investing? Huh? You invest in modeling?
No, so as from a defensive standpoint, for example, like when it comes to risk use cases,
Yeah.
like modeling and stuff, that's how we see it.
Yeah. Excellent. In all the models that I mentioned? Okay. Right. So now we know that we have to invest in understanding the structure, building different structures for the organization so we can see. And we have to invest in modeling. But why we are not investing? Or I mean, most of the CEOs, if they knew that they have to invest in modeling, they don't. Because they can see the investment in modeling like overhead. They are spending more money actually in something related to models, and those models will help you in the cyber risk quantification. Those guys who believe that investment in models, understanding, okay, building different scenarios, is like a problem. It's a huge investment. There's no return of investment. I believe they are having much bigger problem. They are having much bigger problem. Because as you know, all organizations will be doing one of those three. Digital enablement, or digital business optimization, or digital business transformation. And unfortunately, most of maybe the practices that we can see in the region is in digital business optimization. It's not digital transformation, although they call it digital transformation. I don't want to go into this, but every organization should be going through this one, either enablement or business optimization or business transformation. And let's take the first one, which is not the first, the most important, because everyone is doing this, and sometimes they believe that they are doing digital transformation. Digital business optimization means, or it will require a detailed modeling of the business artifacts. If you are optimizing something, you have to understand it. Am I right? The problem is worse. If you are calling what you are doing, if you are calling it digital transformation, it's worse. Because digital transformation, by it means, by the name, is innovation focused on disruption. So you have to disrupt the business value chain. Am I right? This is what, when Adam mentioned the NACD, you have to disrupt the business value chain. And if you will disrupt the business value chain, you have to do detailed modeling. That means the organization which is not really investing in modeling, excuse me, sorry for this, they are not doing digital optimization. They are not doing digital transformation. Okay? Because digital transformation and cyber security, they share two things. The data, because the main focus when it comes to data, the main focus for digital transformation in terms of data is data monetization, right? And the main focus for securing the data is to do the data protection. And you have to do data classification, those type of things. So, and when it comes to service, if we are talking about cybersecurity, we need to protect the service to reach what we call service resiliency. And if we're talking from digital point of view, it's the service transformation. And the organization at the end is based on both, either doing digital transformation or security. And unfortunately, they are doing this separately, while they are really integrated. So our focus here in our scenarios and our models, okay, will be how to protect the data, understand the data, classify the data, and in the service also to classify it, understand what type of service might be impacted, okay? And the other one is also to do the monetization, enablement, optimization. So if you're not having what we call it enterprise architecture, I mean understanding the business level, those type of E's that mentioned by Mr. Bassam, sorry, say we're not doing cyber risk quantification. We're not doing cyber risk management. We're not doing digital optimization or digital transformation. So every nation actually, or even on the organization level, which is actually come as an objective, on a national level we have to, or we're building what we call digital business index and digital citizen index, which is tightly integrated, related, going in harmony with what we call cybersecurity maturity index. And here we're not talking about maturity of control, because if you read McKinsey reports, you will see that everyone should move from maturity to risk-based. So the term, the English term, uses maturity, but we're talking about the maturity of the organization, not maturity of control. Okay? So on the national sector, we need, on a national level, we need to move to what we call sector-based cybersecurity index, which is quantified, so we can reach to something like this. And I use the example of Jordan because Jordan is moving ahead with the risk quantification, where we can show per industry, for example, transportation. Unfortunately, the second session will be presented by Emirates Transport, related to only digital transformation and how they can monetize the activity so they can help us as a risk. That one. On the banking sector, energy, and also telecom. High, medium, low, yes, red, green, but at the end, annualized aggregate loss, which is something that we took from members of the presentation. Thank you.